Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Now everything is ready for the commencement of the 2024 season, with the race in Bahrain scheduled to be held on the 2nd of March. People expect a change to Red Bull's domination at the front, with the improvements shown by teams like McLaren, Ferrari and Mercedes in the latter part of the 2023 season. Through this video, we hope to discuss about the 2024 challenges of the top F1 teams, as well as the Bahrain Grand Prix as well. But before diving deep into the content, remember to hit the subscribe button and bell icon for more interesting F1 videos. Let's begin with the major modifications to the 2024 Formula One challenges of the top 5 teams that are expected to challenge the title. Still, Red Bull is the clear favorite to win the 2024 championships with the domination that they demonstrated all over the 2024 season. However, people expect a significant fight from teams like McLaren and Ferrari, with the promising performance that they delivered in the latter part of the 2023 season. However, last year's runners-up Mercedes is still there in contention for the championship fight with a car with a powerful body design. With the surprise that they brought to the 2023 season, it is difficult to forget the Aston Martin F1 team as well. Everyone is waiting to see whether the Red Bull team is able to defend their title for the 4th time in Raw, with the big hype that is building around the rivals like McLaren, Ferrari and Mercedes. Regardless of the extreme success of their RB19, Red Bull engineers have come up with a radical bodywork for their RB20 car, which is expected to use in the upcoming season. RB20 is much more similar to last year's Mercedes car than RB19, and most people suspect that they will come to the race in Bahrain with a new design. Mainly the side pod inlet shape is much similar to what we saw in W14 at the early stages of the previous season. The cooling inlets of the car also have been pushed a little bit into the lower side of the car. Apart from that, the long cooling gullies that are found in the engine cover clearly resemble the W14, which came with a failed design last year. But no one knows what they have done to its floor, and it will surely be the key to their success. Red Bull team has made significant changes to the design of its radiators by positioning it to a lower place relative to its older position around the center line. This has helped them to reduce the center of gravity height, providing better stability to the car. But the Milton Keynes-based squad has already announced that they are ready to come up with a series of updates, and we can't predict much based on the car shown at its official car launch. However, Red Bull designer Adrian Newey appears to be challenging Mercedes by correcting the issues of the body design that they labeled as failed. When Red Bull engineers have designed something more similar to last year's Mercedes Challenger, Brackley-based engineers have done the same by copying a lot from the aerodynamic concepts of the RB19 while designing their 2024 car. After starting with a radical zero-pod design 2 seasons ago, now they have moved to a totally reconfigured side pod design which offers a powerful appearance to the car. Previously, they depended on a pull rod design regarding the rear suspension, and Mercedes engineers have made a change to that by using a push rod design which gave more space to the diffuser area that helped to increase aerodynamic performance. The cockpit of the W15 appears to be moved further back as demanded by Lewis Hamilton 2 seasons ago after driving the W13 for the first time. The new front wing of the W15 is mounted on the nose when compared with its predecessor. A significant change has been made to the rear wing of the car, and we can expect a better straight-line speed thanks to this new arrangement. Apart from that, the Brackley-based squad has come with an all-new monocoque and gearbox casing to fit with the adjustments to the new bodywork and floor design. With this bold new design, the majority expect a good fight for the title from Mercedes in the upcoming season. So, it is interesting to see how Hamilton is going to close his Mercedes chapter with this all-new W15. With the achievement that they have made in the latter part of the 2023 season, a big hype is now building around the McLaren team as one of the clear rivals to challenge Red Bull. By the first look, MCL38 can be defined as an evolution of the car used for the final race in Abu Dhabi. It comes with a down-sloping, ramp-style bodywork at the rear that closes with a waterslide gully. It is not a secret that rival teams have used a lot of aerodynamic concepts from the successful RB18 and RB19 cars while designing their 2024 challenges, especially the side pod. But McLaren engineers' approach in designing the side pod is different to Red Bull's underbite bodywork and shallow inlet design, by going with a narrower and taller inlet. However, side pods are still wider beyond the inlets to tackle the turbulence generated by the front wheels of the car. Even though most of the teams have moved towards a pushrod suspension system this new year, MCL 38 is still using the pull rod front suspension layout that they used last year. We can see a big difference between the front and rear wing designs of MCL 38 compared to its predecessor MCL 60. If this overall package performs well, both Piastri and Norris will be a big trouble to the Red Bull in defending their titles. Last year, Ferrari was the only team to win a race except Red Bull, and throughout the latter part of the season, the Italian racing outfit demonstrated a great pace with better qualifying performances. So they are considered as one main rival for Red Bull to defend its title. Ferrari engineers have mixed the aerodynamic concepts of RB19 as well as their own concept very well in building the F1 Challenger for the upcoming season. They haven't made any notable changes to the shape of the front wing or to the pushrod suspension layout when analyzing the macro details in front. However, the nose cone has been connected to the first flap instead of the main plane of the front wing, and several other micro-level adjustments have been made to the front side of the car with the aim of enhancing aerodynamic performance. Further, the last two flaps of the new front wing show some kind of detachments from end plates with the aim of collecting the turbulent wake caused by front wheels and moving them away from the bodywork. It can be observed that the side pods of SF24 are with extremely raised inlets, following a design similar to the RB19. This design frees up a large volume for extended undercuts, which is important in sending a large airflow to the upper part of the diffuser, which enhances the performance of the car. Further, the rear end of the car is composed of wide descending channels that extend from the upper wall of the side pods. This is a design invented by Aston Martin to enhance the airflow to the diffuser to increase the downforce. Ferrari and its customer team, Haas F1, are the only teams that still depend on pull rod configuration related to the rear suspension. All the other teams have gone for pushrod configuration with the aim of freeing more space for the channels above the diffusers. Tifosi is hopeful about the performance of the SF24, even though they were not able to live up to the expectations over the last few seasons. After making a strong start to the season with several podium finishes in the initial stage of the 2023 season, Aston Martin and Fernando Alonso slowly disappeared from the title fight as the Silverstone-based team lost momentum when the season progressed. Now they have come with a very elegant-looking car named as AMR24 for the upcoming season. There are notable upgrades related to the nose, radiator inlet, side pods, and rear suspension of the 2024 Aston Martin Challenger relative to its predecessor. The nose is now connected to the bottom flap instead of the main plane, following Red Bull's design over the last 2 seasons. Aston Martin has copied the RB19 to a considerable extent in designing their side pods and inlets. AMR24 is composed extended lip under the radiator inlet in its bodywork, reducing spillage caused by the large volume of air trying to enter the inlet at a higher speed. It uses extended side mirrors as mid-wings to divert airflow to the top surface of the heavily ramped side pods. So this helps to maintain a continuous airflow to the gap between the rear wheels and diffuser, increasing the downforce. Aston Martin has switched from a pull rod to a push rod rear suspension structure following its rear suspension supplier, Mercedes. This structure creates more space for the air flowing towards the diffuser, enhancing the underfloor performance. Aston Martin has hired a well-experienced engineering team over the last few years, and it has enough resources to introduce enough regular updates on the midway of the season to build a powerful challenger. Why it can't be the dark horse of the 2024 season? Before the Bahrain GP, there will be 3 days long pre-season testing sessions from the 21st to the 23rd of February at the same Bahrain International Circuit. However, it is not possible to get a clear picture of the season with the results of the pre-season testing, as the top teams usually bagging by going slower than their real potential. On the other hand, details related to the fuel loads and engine modes are not disclosed clearly, which are key factors that affect the performance of the cars. To get a clear idea about the performance, we have to wait till the first qualifying session of the season, scheduled to be held on the 1st of March, as teams have to unleash the full potential of the car to reserve a higher spot in the starting grid for the opening race of the season. The Sakhir circuit is famous for providing more overtaking opportunities for the drivers with its wide and straight circuit layout, and normally it prefers cars with a good pace. Following the tradition of the Middle East circuits, the Bahrain Grand Prix is also held as a night race under floodlights. Driving under floodlights offers a different level of challenge to the drivers. Apart from that, both drivers and engineers have to deal with an extra problem, as there is an extreme fluctuation of the temperature at night, making it difficult to find the right setup to yield the maximum performance of the car. When we look at the historical stats of this Middle East circuit, Lewis Hamilton is the best performer here with 5 victories to his name. However, the reigning world champion has won this event last year only. In the last 3 seasons, it can be observed that there are 3 different winners from 3 different constructors, and there is a possibility for emerging a new winner if a team like McLaren can live up to the expectations. Even though it is not 100% confirmed, Red Bull has taken a substantial risk by moving to a totally new aerodynamic design, giving up on their successful RB19 design. This may create the opportunity for the other teams that have followed a design similar to RB19 to attack Red Bull. Verstappen, Hamilton, Piastri, Leclerc and Norris are the drivers to watch in this season if their respective teams can provide them with a powerful challenger. However, we shouldn't forget the drivers like Alonso and Russell, as they are equally dangerous in powerful challenges. Ferrari is the most successful constructor here, winning the event 7 times. But Mercedes cars also have won it 6 times. Outside of the 2023 season, Red Bull have won it for the last time in 2013 when Sebastian Vettel was driving for Red Bull. All these historical stats tell that the game is open for any team that can come up with a super fast package for the opening race of the season. What do you think about the outcome of the 2024 Bahrain Grand Prix? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.